Hi, hello everyone. I am Prashant Nandam. Welcome back to our channel. As a part of our AWS Masterclass series, today in our demo we will see session 19, which is backup and disaster recovery. We will be covering it in two parts. Part 1 will be backup and part 2 will be disaster recovery. Before proceeding into demo, I request you all to subscribe to our channel for more DevOps related contents. So first we'll create an EC2 instance. Click on launch instance. Give name EC2-backup. I will be going with Amazon Linux. No key pair. I'll go without key pair. I will be selecting our custom VPCs and our custom public subnet. Assign public IP, existing security group. And in advanced details, in user data, I'll upload my bin bash script. This will update our EC2 and install HTTPD. It will start HTTPD service and it will enable HTTPD service and will echo hello demo on backup to index.html file and it will store it in var www.html. So I'll mention the same here. Click launch instance. Let's wait until the instance is launched successfully. We'll wait for some time. Okay, our instance is being running. Let's verify if our script, our user data is working properly or not. We'll give some more time. We'll wait for instance check to finish. Cool. Hello demo on backup. It's working. Cool. Great. Now we'll duplicate this tab. First, to configure backup, we need to create a backup service in AWS. So search for backup, AWS Backup. Click on this one. Now we have to create a vault first. Okay. Create a vault. And backup vault is like it is a storage locker where all our backups stored securely. And we create one vault to organize our backups. Okay, let's give our backup name, vault name as demo iphone backup iphone vault VALT. Let's select the backup vault and select the default one, default encryption, and create vault. Wonderful, our vault has been created. Now let's create a backup plan. Click on backup plans, create backup plan. We need to build a new plan. Why we do not have, I'm not going with template, so I'm building a new plan. Give our backup plan name demo backup plan. Now scheduled. In simple words, if a backup plan is like it defines when and how the backup should happen, and here we are scheduling the backup for daily and storing it in our vault which we created. And backup rule, give backup rule name as daily backup, daily backup. Select the vault which we created previously. Frequency is daily. Backup time, let's keep everything as default. And life cycle, We'll change this to 7 days. Create plan. Now it will ask for assign resources. Okay, and in assign resources we'll specify our specific resources and select EC2 resource ID. We'll select we'll go back to our resource and we'll copy instance ID. We'll paste that here. Not all instance, only resource ID which match this. Only these details will be backed up. Exclude specific resource IDs from the selected resource type. We can select EC2 or we can uh, leave it as it is since it is optional. Assign resource. Give resource name. We need to provide our resource name. So let's give backup EC2 resources pool. Assign resource. Our resource has been assigned successfully. Now what we need to do, we need to go to protected resources. Protected resources. Click on create on-demand backup. I mean, what we are doing, instead of waiting for the schedule, I'll be triggering backup immediately so we can see the result quickly. Uh, Select resource type as EC2 and resource ID is the one which is created. Create backup now. Total retention period 7 days. Tells AWS backup how long to store your backups. That's fine. And the vault will be our vault which we created. We can go with the default IAM role. Create on demand backup. As soon as it is started, it will create the backup jobs and you see the status created, right? It will show completed. It is running. Let's wait. Once it is completed, our data is securely stored. Cool. Now if you see here, this resource has been completed. Now go back to our backup vaults, select our vault which we created and you can see the image here. AMI completed EC2. It will stay here for 7 days and same you can see here. So now we can select recovery point as well. If you click on this and actions, if click on restore, let's keep everything same. You can see here it is giving same as we selected and showing private I mean our VPC as the test VPC and subnet has public subnet, security group as so and so, the one which we created, and restore backup. IAM role is null. Let's create a role first. Duplicate this tab. Click on roles, IAM, and then roles. Create a role. Select AWS service, then AWS backup. AWS backup. Click next. Select or attach policies as AWS backup service. Let me see. AWS Backup Service Role Policy. Yeah, this one. AWS Backup Service Role for backup. Select this one, and second one is for restore. AWS Backup Service Role Policy for restores. Select these two and click next. Give role name as AWS Backup Service Policy for for mm, restore. Let's keep it as like that. Then click create role. Now AWS Backup needs a permission to access and backup resources, right? So this is done using IAM role, and we created an IAM role. Now what we need to do, we go back to backup. Now select the role which we created here. Just see we are able to see. Click restore backup, it should work. Restore in progress for recovery point image so and so. See, this may take several hours for status updates, and to view the resources, go to EC2 console. See, one instance is being restored and the state is showing as pending. Let's wait till it finish. You can stay here itself. Let's refresh this page. Status is running. Status is completed. We can see our results here now. Both are in running state. So let's change this to running state. See, EC2 backup. The name also came as it is. Now, before it finish status check, I want to give heads up again what all we did. First, we opened AWS Backup Service in our AWS console, and this service is used to manage and automate backups in AWS. Hope you understood that point. And secondly, we created a backup vault, and the backup vault is a secure storage location for all our backup data. After that, we created a backup plan, and we defined how often backups happen and where they should be stored. I mean, in backup plan, we created how many days the backup should take and how many days it should be available for a user, and where the backup data should store. All those things we have created in backup plan. Next, we assign the resources. In resource place, we assigned EC2. Why? Because we wanted to take backup of EC2 instance, so we created a EC2 instance, and we added these sentences in var.html file, which is hello demo on backup, and later we taken backup of that in assigned resources. In assigned resources, we have selected EC2, and in EC2 also we haven't provided all EC2. We provided only instance ID for that particular mission, and then which means the assigned resources will tell AWS exactly what data needs to be backed up. Okay, then in the place of restoration, we needed a IAM role. Then we used an IAM role which gives AWS backup the necessary permission to access and protect our resources. Okay, we went to IAM, and we selected roles, and we created a role, and we attached two policies for the role, and the policies are this one: AWS Backup Service Role Policy for backup, AWS Backup Service Role Policy for restore. These two policies we have attached, and after that we restored the uh, backup data which was present in our backup vault. If you see here, backup vault, this is our backup vault, this is our restore one, and for this recovery point we restored, and after that the resource has been created successfully. That's all we have done. After performing restore point, we are able to see the instance here. Just wait for a while. This is the instance which we want. Now if you see here, the public IPv4 does not have. Do you know why? Because the resources, I mean EC2 instance which we restored is created under uh, our VPC, private VPC, right? So it won't have access, it is not accessible to internet, because we haven't allowed auto assign public IP in subnet range. I mean, in subnet settings we can auto assign public IP, so we haven't done that, so it hasn't created. To do that, we can just simply launch EC2 instance, or we can, you can go to subnets here, go to VPC, select subnets, public subnet. Let's select this one. Actions, edit subnet settings. Here, auto assign public IP. If we enable this, whenever an EC2 instance is being created under the subnets in our VPC, a public IP will be auto assigned. Now, since we cannot assign a VPC, what we'll do, we'll create a public IP. For that, we need to select elastic IP, allocate elastic IP, just create allocate elastic IP and just allocate a IP address will be created. Just name it as for backup EC2, just for reference. Associate, sorry, we need to associate it with the EC2 instance. Associate elastic IP address. We need to choose our EC2 instance, for which one we doesn't have. 114D4B, 11D4B, 11D4B. Yeah, we have select our APC private IP address. Obviously, this will be 11. Select association. Now go back to this EC2, refresh the page, browse this IP address. See, hello demon backup. This is how we can take backup of an EC2 instance and auto assign. I mean, we can auto assign public IP with by enabling in subnet, or we can create a elastic IP and assign it to our EC2 instance. So this is how we'll take backup and restore our data. And first we'll, in backup, we'll create a wall. In backup, we will be creating a vault to store our data, and we'll be creating a backup plan. Backup plan is used to uh, in backup plan we'll mention how many days the data should be kept, and where the data should be stored. All the information can be stored here. And protect the resources. Instead of waiting for backup plan to run, we just uh, created on-demand backup, so the restore begins immediately, and upon restore the instance got without public IP. Since we haven't enabled the auto assign public IP in subnet level, so we have created an elastic IP and assigned it to our EC2 instance. Once the IP is assigned, when we browsed that IP in our browser, we were able to see the output, which is hello demo on backup. You will be getting same for our previously created EC2 instance as well. See, I'll change this to HTTP. This is how the backup data works. Do not forget to delete the resources which you created in your AWS console to avoid any charges. So just to delete resources, changes to running state, select all actions, terminate, sorry, instance state and terminate. The instance will get terminated automatically. And in backup role we can leave, that's okay. Go to dashboard. Okay, this is the vault which we created, so I'll be deleting our vault. Mention confirm. We are deleting our restored point. Cool, point has restored point has been deleted. Now delete the vault. Vault has been deleted successfully. Go back to backup plans. Delete our backup plan here. Mention the backup plan name. Demo backup plan. Okay, we have resource one. Now we can delete this. Cool, our backup plan has been deleted. Our old has been deleted. Protected resources. That's how we delete our resources. I hope the video helps you in understanding the backup and restoring the data from backup in AWS. I kindly request you all to subscribe to our channel for more DevOps related contents and share the channel information with someone who is interested in learning DevOps. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.